Hi everybody, I'm Jem. I'm one half of the Mystic Mages, and I'm just here to welcome you guys to our Monday Moon Day party. So we are right in the heart of the new moon in Gemini, and we're really excited to talk to you guys tonight about what's going on in the energies, what we have to look forward to during this powerful time. Lots of shifts going on, lots of big changes. Jump in, guys. If you're watching right now, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how your weekend was. There's been a lot of heavy energies. We are sort of closing out the Purge 2019, which we'll dive into more once I have Merry on camera with me. Let us know how you're feeling. I'm hoping after this weekend, everybody is starting to feel much lighter and starting to feel some clarity regarding their situations live. Lots and lots in store for this new moon, guys. Oh, hello.
Hello. Figure I'd just wiggle in here a little bit.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How am I looking on your end? How's our connection looking?
Looks a little fuzzy, but not so bad.
Okay. Well, guys, let us know if you're watching how we're looking. We're so sorry that we always just seem to have technology issues around here, but this is just it, guys. There's been a lot going on energetically. We're working from two different time zones from thousands of miles away, so it kind of is what it is sometimes, guys. So just bear with us.
There's a lot going on. When you were talking about the big moon and the big shifts that's going, there's a lot going on, and hopefully a lot goes on for my internet as well and fixes its problem and can cut through the Rocky Mountains a little bit better and actually work.
Exactly. Good energies coming. Good
Exactly.
energies, guys. Big things.
Big things. There is so much going on. This new moon in Gemini is huge, and I'm super excited for this call today. Super excited to talk to everyone out there. So if you're brand new to us, make sure that you're liking and subscribing. We are very active on Instagram and Facebook Live, so check us out there. And if you ever want to go back and catch anything, you can always check it out on YouTube. So make sure if you're here, you say hi, send us some hearts, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our beautiful moon musings.
Exactly. Moon musings. It's
The
all
word for today.
happening, guys. It's Moon Day. Like, how perfect. We got a new moon on Moon Day. It's perfect.
It is perfect, and it's a really, really good moon. So, Jem, why don't you dive in? Why don't you give us the details? Tell us what all this moon is about, because I'm pumped and I know there's a lot going on. Let's simplify it, but I want to know the details.
All right, guys, we're going to try to break this down into as simple standards as we can. First of all, I just want to start by congratulating everyone on surviving the Purge 2019.
Yay!
Yay! We made it, guys. This is why I have no makeup on tonight because I just did a face mask because my skin is going totally nutso from this recent, very important, deep, treacherous purge that I feel like many of us have been going through over the last
Yes.
couple days. I think yesterday was the first day that Saturday I definitely felt better than I did, but Sunday was the day that I like really woke up and was like, okay, this is awesome. I feel lighter. I feel clearer. I just feel like we have been clearing so much deep rooted stuff, from childhood issues to past life issues. There's just been a whole lot of heavy energies going on, and it's kind of setting the stage. I think it's really kind of perfect that this new moon is in Gemini with the twins. We have that duality, and I just feel like that's so much of what this purge really was for us, guys, is just kind of really recalibrating, really just sort of leveling up, integrating these new energies. We've been talking for a while about really balancing out our masculine and feminine energies, about kind of leveling out that light and that darkness. And so much of that was done this past weekend, where we are like actually making room in our light bodies to be able to physically level up. We are actually really moving on this ascension journey. So this new moon in particular is actually opening up kind of a 2 month sort of gateway for us, guys. So however you want to think of this, if you want to think of this as a passageway, as a wormhole, there's a whole lot going on right now, right after this purge, that is kind of being worked in conjunction right now to kind of bring us to our optimal best, because we're moving into this really powerful eclipse season in July. So we have this beautiful, powerful new moon in Gemini, followed by the full moon right before summer solstice, right at that midway point of the year where we're really like halfway through 2019. You know, that we're going to have sunlight at its highest. We're at the peak of summer, kind of really getting ready to start like harvesting. You know, crops are starting to really flourish around that time. Flowers are really in full bloom. Some of those late June flowers at that point, like lilies. You know, this is really just, this is monumental for us, guys. So we have, let's see, I of course had to take notes today because we have so much going on. So the solar eclipse is going to be falling on July 2nd. So it's pretty much, we're in new moon right now. We're going to be in full moon on June 17th. And then we have summer solstice shortly after, and that's on June 21st. So that is the first official day of summer. And then it's really just kicking off as we move from Gemini season into Cancer season, which is a little bit more emotional, a little bit more watery, a little bit more sensitive. Then we're going to be moving into eclipse season. So we have this solar eclipse on July 2nd, followed by a lunar eclipse on July 16th, guys. So there's just a whole lot going on in the energies. You know, the next 2 months are going to be really, really pivotal, guys. So this purge that we just recently went through is really setting the stage for us being able to truly level up. Cycles coming to a close. It's really opening up a portal to higher dimensions on so many levels for those of us on the ascension journey. The lunar eclipse on the 16th is going to be joined by Pluto. So there's going to be also a lot of just, you know, additional shadow work going on, really releasing anything that's kind of lingering. So this time is really, really pivotal, guys. Really think at this new moon about what you were trying to manifest for moving forward. What do you want to have on the table come summer solstice and the full moon? What do you want to have, you know, as we move into this eclipse season? And what do we really have to let go of in order to really kind of create the energetic space for that to happen, guys? So chime in below. I would love to hear about what you guys are trying to manifest at this new moon. What do you guys want to see happen for you by the full moon? What, you know, what do you want to be celebrating at summer solstice and as we move into this eclipse season, guys? Because if there's ever a time to really get ready to level up, it's now. So I hope that you're all feeling a little bit more clear-headed, kind of like that fog is clearing out, and we're at least starting to be able to really assemble a path on how to move forward as our truest selves.
Absolutely. And this is just such a pivotal time because as you were kind of talking about the purge, that was really getting rid of all of those times, at least how I can tell from everyone that I've been working with, getting rid of those times that were you really on your own. So we were clearing out a lot of that lonely energy, a lot of that like survivor, I'm going to make it, I have to do it on my own, I have to carry all this weight. And we're shifting into the time, beautiful time, Gemini, where there's really two of us. Every single message that I've been doing recently for no matter who it is, there's a message coming from the spirit guides letting us know that we're not alone, that we have partners with us everywhere. We're really moving from that time where we really had to take care of it ourselves. We are the only ones that can work through our own emotions. So we had to really do that. We had to take care of kind of that stuff. And now we're really moving into the easier stuff. This is the stuff where the fun stuff, we get to manifest what we want. We don't have to do that hard work of uncovering all our emotions. We now get into the move into a little bit more fun of kind of, you know, really seeing what we planted come to life and then reaping that reward. And we get to do that with the help of everything around us. As always, I talk about the outside because it's a representation of what's going on. So out here, basically right now, all of the crops are starting to come up. So we had a very harsh winter, kind of spring where it was late for planting. We had all these kind of issues going on. And right now we're starting to see all these beautiful plants come up. You know, farmers are out there cutting their first cut of hay. There's a lot going on right now, but it's still a delicate time. So this is the time, at least here in Colorado, where hail comes and can destroy a crop instantly. This is a time that we still need to be very protective because while we have this great idea, we have this great great momentum. Now is when it's very susceptible. You know, we planted the seed, it's growing, and it's this beautiful idea, this beautiful kind of thing coming out of the ground, but there's big things that can still knock it down. So as we're going through this Gemini season into the eclipses, just everything that's coming, we still need to be really, really focused and really protective on our goal, on what we want. The number one way to do that, and the thing that I think you should be doing most this new moon, is setting clear goals. Because if you're just like, yeah, I want a car, well then, you know, you're never really going to get there. You might start the process. You don't really know what you're doing. You know, you don't have a tangible goal. But if you say, you know, I want to save $5,000 for down payment on my car. I want to go to 2 car dealerships, and I want to see what my loan terms are. And those are the things that I want to do because I want to manifest a car. You can really check those off and be protective to ensure that all of these things are happening in your life. So now in this new moon, under this beautiful new moon that we have, it's important to set intentions, but actual goals as well, because you need to nurture and protect those goals, follow up with those goals through this whole new season that's coming, so that you actually get what you want and you're not just kind of getting something half-assed because you only put a half-assed plan in it. We need real plans, real goals, to really feel the momentum of this beautiful energy that's going on, because it wants to give us anything we want, but we need to tell it what we want.
Absolutely. One of the cards, is so funny that you said that. One of the cards that I keep pulling in a lot of my readings when I use my Archangel Oracle deck is Crystal Clear Intentions. It's
Yes.
just Archangel Michael coming out there again and again and again and saying, be clear about what you want. Be clear about what your desires are, what your dreams are, what your goals are. If you're wishy-washy on what you're actually really working to achieve, how can you expect the universe to meet you halfway? How can you expect your guides or your angelic team to really follow through and deliver these blessings if you're only kind of half-assing it, or only kind of half-ass believing in the fact that you're
Mm-hmm.
able to achieve it? You know, you have to really shift your mindset at this time. We were always talking about really shifting your perspective to, you know, really an attitude of gratitude, where it's not that you're receiving it, it's that you've already received it, and you're thanking the universe for all of these things that have already made their way to you, because in your own way, you know that they're coming. You know that they are. You have to believe it with conviction, guys. If you can believe it with conviction, that's how you're able to actually manifest these intentions. So again, like Mary said, creating tangible steps, you know, little tiny baby steps that you can make towards your goals on a daily basis, whether you're keeping a journal or you're keeping a planner or whatever it is, a vision board, however you're trying to keep yourself on track right now. These are really, really great activities that you can do at this new moon to kind of get that vision moving forward of what the big picture is and how you're going to achieve it, how you're going to meet the universe halfway, so that energetically it's so much easier to make it happen, and it's going to happen so much more quickly, guys.
Absolutely. It's so important because I think this is a funny example, but say you want a couch, right? And you're like, I need a new couch for my living room. And you're just like, I just need a new couch. I need a new couch. And you have this idea in your head. Yes, I want a new couch. But, you know, if you just have this idea on your head, well, one day you kind of get like, someone sends you a shitty email and you're kind of like, don't want to respond. So then you end up on Craigslist and you see this like half-assed couch where you're kind of like, all right, like maybe this is it. And then you somehow like end up with this couch and it's okay, but it's not good. Or you could sit down, picture the couch you want, say, I want the exact couch that Jem has in her living room, the Ashley Furniture super comfortable couch that is amazing. And I want it for $300. If you put something that specific down, then that's what you're working for. No other couch will compare because it's not it. It doesn't matter if you find the couch that you want at a different price because it's not it. When you have a clear goal, you are setting an exact line between you and exactly what you want. And it's really easy for the universe to be able to produce that. When you just say you want a couch, do you want a free couch? Do you want a $2,400 couch? Do you want a leather couch? Do you want a sectional couch? It doesn't know what the hell you want. So it's just going to give you crap because that's what you're giving it. So make sure that when you're setting intentions that you're crystal clear. I want a partner who truly loves and respects me and completes me. I want a job where I feel enriched. You know, really start quantifying what it is that you want so you can actually get that. You would never go to a hairdresser with a half-assed idea. Don't go to the universe with one.
No, it's so true, guys. It's like when you go to the grocery store when you're hungry, and so suddenly you just want everything. You want it all. You
Everything.
can't focus. Everything looks delicious. Everything looks like a necessity that you must have in that moment, guys. So this is a time for really fine tuning those goals, really getting to the heart of what your aspirations are, what you're trying to achieve, what your timeline is. Kind of start looking at your life the way that a reporter would. Like, I think back
Hmm.
to journalism classes in like high school and college. You need the facts, right, guys? You need the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and the how. You need all those little details. You need to flesh that out. If you were writing a story of your life, you have to flesh out the character development and the plot and all those kinds of things. You really, really have to treat your life the same way if you want to be able to create it to your standards and to what you're
Right.
actually looking for in the grand scheme of things.
Especially right now, there's so much going on. This moon is a big deal because it is, we had kind of all these steps that we were moving through. We had to move through the whole process, and that's cool. We had to take care of it. But now we're really getting to go on beyond that. We're getting to really say, okay, this is what I truly want, and this is the fun stuff. Hey, on my list is an iPad. Like, I want an iPad mini 4. That's on my manifesting list. Like, just fun stuff. It doesn't have to be this big, like, I want my life purpose and to feed all the children in Africa. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. Put some fun stuff in there. I'm also manifesting a new skincare routine. Like, just, start playing with the energy, start doing things that are achievable, start getting in flow and creating and being specific about what you want. Because as you do this, as you're getting these little things into your life, you truly start to believe, and the more you believe, the more you have the ability to receive. So start playing with the small stuff so that you believe in the big stuff. I think that's a really important one too for this moon.
Absolutely, guys. Think about when you were a kid and maybe you either made a wish on your birthday candles or, you threw a coin in a fountain and you made a wish. And, there are certain moments in our lives where those wishes really came true and we really were able to bring what we wanted to fruition because we had that innocence about us. We had that deep belief at our core that it could happen. And because we believed that it could happen, it would happen. Like that's the simplicity. That's what magic is, guys. That's what prayers being answered are. That's what manifesting miracles are. It's whatever and however you choose to look at it, but it's really the power of belief. If you can put that power, that confidence out into the universe is going to match your energy, guys. So wherever there is fear, you got to drive it away with some confidence. Wherever there is doubt, you got to push that to the side and really try to own it. And, try to get to the core of why you still have those lingering fears, why you still have those lingering lower vibrational feelings. That's what many of us were going through with this crazy purge, and as we move through into this eclipse passageway, we're really kind of going into the unknown where we need to expect the unexpected, guys. So you need to be on your toes. The universe is going to make sure of it right now. So, balance your energies. Again, we're in Gemini season. Gemini is an air sign like me. We can get lost in the details sometimes. Our heads can go off in the clouds. We really, really need to stay grounded right now if we want to actually achieve our goals.
Absolutely. And in Celtic mythology, so this is the time of the hawthorn tree, which is a tree that's usually planted really close around the houses to really kind of build up protection. It's a tree it's about creativity and expression, but also protection. It's a really important tree for that. So it's a time for exactly what Jem was saying. We need to really get grounded because we need to protect our energy. It's funny, a lot of times I write things down for manifesting and I tell myself I just need to be dumb about it, which I think is kind of like a silly way to put it. But, I feel like being dumb about it is like, I want an iPad. Of course I'm going to get it. I put it on my altar. Like, why wouldn't I? And just being like done with it, like not even thinking about anything else. Not like, oh my God, where's the money? When am I going to buy it? Blah, 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 all that other stuff. Just be dumb about it. Be like, I put it up there. Why wouldn't I get it? So just putting things like that, just putting it away sometimes, but then protecting it as well, because it really is that season. If someone's like, well, who is going to give you an iPad? You can't let that negativity like flow into your life. You know what I mean? You need to protect your ideas and just kind of be dumb and expect them to happen because they do. If you do that and you're thankful for it. And there's other steps as well. It's not just like expecting things to happen, but if you're in the right energy and you're doing the right things and you're grateful and you're believing that things will come, they will. They honestly will. So just kind of try that this moon. Maybe try one thing to just put it there and just believe it will happen without overanalyzing, without overthinking of it, and see how much easier that is in your life.
For sure. And I think one of the big things too, guys, with manifesting is be really careful with who you disclose this information
Hmm.
to. Be very careful with who you tell about what you're working on. The reality of the world is that not everyone that you think is wishing you well truly is at the end of the day.
Hmm.
And these could be good people too. These could be people that genuinely, for the most part, are in your corner most of the time. They might love you or care about you in their own way, but certain times people have certain jealousies that arise. People have
Hmm.
certain failures that they've gone through in their own life where they don't want you to go through the same thing. So there's a level of fear there. There's all these different things that we can get caught up in where sometimes somebody's trying to do us a favor and protect us in their own way, but all they're really doing is kind of either squashing our dream or, kind of introducing us to fear and worry regarding a certain situation or a certain person or whatever that is, and it just dredges up more fear and doubt. So, my general rule of thumb, guys, is just be very, very careful who you tell your game plan to. If you really, really want to achieve something, keep it close to your heart. Nobody needs to know. It's usually better if you can kind of keep certain things behind closed doors until you're really, really ready to release it to the world. Everything is an energy exchange, guys, and you just never want anybody's either bad attitude or fears or doubts or worries or whatever the case may be to kind of influence and sort of color your own situation for yourself.
Protecting yourself on a lot of levels is important right now. Protecting your energy and making sure you have outlets for your energy. So that's moving energy, whether that's clearing or doing exercise or doing grounding. Doesn't really matter how you move the energy out of your body, but it's going to be very important to move energy and to keep a positive mindset. I mean, it's always really important. Gratitude. So if you want to manifest the level of having something amazing, you truly need to be that grateful in your life consistently. So make sure that your proportions are right. If you really want good things into your life, you need to have a grateful and positive attitude. So just make sure that you're doing the work. That's what you can control. Don't worry about how, who, or where it's coming. Control how happy you are as a person and control your attitude and what you're bringing to the table really in your world. If you're a happy person, you're up here, things will just come and you don't have to worry about anything else. So that's your work this new moon, is really keeping yourself an elevated positive level. That's making sure you're putting good things in and getting rid of bad things.
For sure. And I think one of the things about Gemini season that is both a blessing and a curse is, it's summertime, it's the first
Mhm.
initial stirrings of summer. So we're all excited. We want to get out there. We want to do anything and everything. We want to
Mhm.
see our friends. We want to see our family. We want to meet new people. We want to experience life, but we can end up running ourselves ragged because we have major FOMO. We don't want to miss a
Right.
single moment. We don't want to miss out on socializing. Gemini is the social butterfly. They are great
Mhm.
talkers. They love to connect with different people. On the flip side of things, you also have to be careful that you're not talking too much, that you're not gossiping, that you're not falling into worry, or really kind of clinging to certain things too. This is quick moving, airy energy. This is a very smart sign. This is a very intelligent sign. They're very intellectual as far as their thought process goes. So
Mhm.
sometimes they have a tough time turning it off. Sometimes they have a tough time kind of winding down and can get into a place of more fear and anxiety and worry as well. So, again, guys, very, very important right now. It's summer in New Jersey. Go to the beach, guys. You have a giant salt bath at your disposal. Go to the ocean, like go ground yourself. Just get out into nature, whether it's going for a hike in the woods, whatever it is, going up to the lake. This is a really great time to get outdoors indoors and kind of like let your system air out, literally. Being outside on a windy day is a powerfully cleansing thing. Being
Hmm.
near water, just walking around in the grass or walking with bare feet in the sand, all of these things really help to ground us and to really just kind of recalibrate our energies, guys. So I've been taking salt baths on the reg. It is so super important right now. Just kind of drain the toxins and just kind of reset and rebalance. But whatever you guys have to do, whatever resonates for you, just make sure you're doing it right now. Don't let yourself get so busy that you're not taking any time to really ground your energies either.
And nothing like a summer night, windows rolled down, music cranked up to do it. Like it can be that simple.
Totally. Just going for a drive and being alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, this really is when we receive our epiphanies, guys. It could be when you're washing the dishes, it's a
Hmm.
lot of the time when we're doing the simple, the basic, the mundane, we're cleaning up. Gemini loves to clean. They're clean freaks, like whatever it is that you're doing, whether, you're physically cleaning house or whether you're mentally or emotionally cleaning house, guys, make sure that you are also taking a minute to really process it all and take it all in, guys. Just enjoy the moment. Don't let it pass you by.
Absolutely. So make sure everyone tonight is the full moon, or excuse me, the new moon, and it's usually energy for about 3 days. So make sure you're taking some time to write intentions. Usually what I do is I just take, and I even have some examples right here. I just take one of these like blank old Post-it cards that I have, and I like to say like under the light of the new moon, but you can say whatever kind of dorky thing you want. It just is fun for me. But make sure you write down on a card like this some real goals, some things that you're going to achieve, some steps that you're going to take, some really specific goals. And if you don't know how to write specific goals, this is super nerdy, but look up SMART goals. Those are specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, and targetable, whatever. SMART goals. Look it up, Google it. They're right there. They'll tell you how to write SMART goals, and those are great ways to do it. Or you can just write something as specific as specifically what you're wanting or what you're working to. So then I generally just fold these up and I put them, you can't see them, but they're up there on my altar just under a specific crystal that I've charged under the new moon energy. So it's as simple as that, but we need to make sure that we're setting intentions and that we're putting them there. And I really feel like writing them down on a piece of paper, and Jem, you can chime in, writing them down makes all the difference. More than on my computer, more than on my head, more than the background on my phone. To me, really writing it down makes a difference.
Yeah, it's so true, guys. There's just something about pen and paper that is really
Mhm.
connecting your body energetically. Your body is your vessel, and I'm sorry, but when you're using your technological devices, it's just not the same energy exchange. It's really not. If you're really working on manifesting something, if you're really looking to put your thoughts down on paper, truly put it down on pen and paper. There is something to be said about the emotions that it brings out in you, the way that it connects you in a way that being tied up to a technological device just doesn't allow you to do.
So true. So let's write some intentions under this new moon. Jem was nailing on. If you want to take a salt bath, do that. If you want to hang out with your crystals, do that. If you just want to sit outside because it's a beautiful, beautiful night by a campfire, do that. It's important to do a new moon ritual under this new moon. This is such a powerful moon. We need to start connecting in deep to the moon and really connect our cycles to help us be more successful. So let's start tonight. Let's gather in. Let's put ourselves under the new moon. Jem, I'm sure you have a few crystals here for us that would be really good to use and to charge under this moon.
Absolutely. I've been carrying this one around with me all day, guys. This
Mm.
is my titanium aura quartz. So this is a blue one. So it's got kind of a little bit of a purpley sheen to it, but this one is blue and I just love it. It really is very tranquil. It really connects me to the moon. I feel like very powerful goddess energy with this stone, a lot of divine feminine energy. And it's also just really great for kind of washing over that peace and calming, that serene feeling, tapping into powers of intuition, definitely activating throat chakras. This is a powerful time for, we've gone through a lot of clearing as far as that goes. So it's definitely important right now that we're, really kind of taking our power back and stepping into that authenticity. And stones like this can really, really help you to do that. My Labradorite is another one that has just been on me constantly. Such a powerful moonstone. My selenite, just certain ones. I was just actually, before we got on this call, I was setting up my altar upstairs. I had some candles and some incense going. I got my little nightstand altar going, which is really just a few little crystals and some flower petals and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I'm also a big fan of sleeping with certain things under my pillow. So whether it's sleeping with certain tiny charged crystals under my pillow, sometimes even if I like do a tarot reading for myself or an oracle card reading for myself and I pull some really good cards, I'll sleep with them under my pillow or I'll put them up on my altar just to try to work with my manifestations. I like to really do that as well. Sometimes I'll even, take some money and I'll just throw a couple bucks either underneath my pillow or up on my altar. I definitely left some sweets up there. I left some coffee. I left some chocolates up there.
Hmm.
Just little energy exchanges, guys. It's just nice to sort of leave offerings and just kind of say a little thank you. So I really like to do things like that during the moon cycles as well.
Awesome. I can't wait to see what our cards have to say because I think that this moon is just so powerful and there's such a big message. So I'll go second, but I'm going to do a reading today. It's called a stage reading. So I'm going to go through a different stage, which everyone's in their life, and kind of let you know what blocks and what messages you have around it. So I'm very excited for that. Jem's going to open up with our beautiful tarot message, just what the cards have to say, our general wisdom for this new moon cycle. So if you guys are super into this, let us know. Give us some thumbs up. Let us know how this is connecting with you, how this is jiving with you guys, and what you're planning on manifesting. You don't have to, put all the details in there, but just let us know that you're doing your ritual, that you're manifesting something, and that you're connecting to something. Because I think it's important to, while you may not want to put all the details out there, it's important to kind of hold some space for what you're manifesting. So very excited to see what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. The power of spoken word, written word, there really, really is something about it, guys. So just be really conscientious of your energy exchanges, guys. Be conscious of the language that you're using. Make sure you're speaking in a positive manner. Make sure anytime that fear and doubt is creeping its way in, that you're just kind of nipping it right there. It's time to right now. So oddly enough, or perfectly enough, I should say. The first card that jumped out, guys, is the moon. I mean, come on.
Beautiful.
I love this deck. This is my Gendron Tarot deck, which I believe is a Swedish deck. I would have to double check
Mm,
that for sure. But I love this. I've had this for a number of years, and I just really love the illustrations on here. You see the two dolphins up here that are making sort of a heart. There's just so much beautiful imagery in this card. A lot of water, a lot of oceanic kind of ties, which obviously makes so much sense for the moon, controlling the tides, controlling our emotions. And I think is really just kind of tapping into how pivotal this new moon is going to be for our emotions. We did this big, crazy purge of 2019 over the last like 4 or 5 days or so. I think we're really able to move into this moon with clarity, with really having a clearer, more concise idea of what our goals are, what our intentions are. We might not totally know the steps for moving forward, but we at least have an idea now where we know where we want to go. Certain things where there were certain question marks, we're
mhm.
understanding it now. So I feel really, really strong about this. Powers of intuition, guys, psychic abilities for any of you out there. There's going to be a lot of messages coming through. So make sure you are paying attention. Make sure that you are tapping into your intuition, really kind of turning within and listening to your higher self, connecting with your guides, whatever it is that resonates for you. So important at this time to really be in touch with that divine feminine energy and really be in touch with what you're trying to bring to life by that full moon that is going to be coming up in a few weeks, guys. So this is such a beautiful time now. Make sure that you're balancing out your emotions, that you're dealing with anything that still needs some healing, and that you're really just going within, guys. There's certain things that are a little bit of a mystery right now that we don't totally have all the answers to yet, but we're at least going to be better equipped to fully surrender and really kind of put our trust and faith in the universe so that we're able to move forward and not really have that fear and doubt work against us. So this is a really exciting time, guys. Just be prepared. Things are about to take off. So we need to rest a little bit right now because things are going to start to move very, very quickly. This is Gemini season, guys. And I'm super excited to see this card come out to play today, guys. This is the King of Swords. So this is that truthful king, that honest, authentic king. He's got the eagle flying overhead, and he's got a falcon perched on his shoulder. So, these are birds of prey, guys. They're always seen as messengers of the spirit world, of really connecting to our guides, to our spirit animals. This is maybe loved ones or ancestors coming through with messages for us as well. So pay attention, guys, to the signs and synchronicities that are coming in. If you're seeing certain animals over and over again, certain birds over and over again, this could be Spirit's way of really trying to communicate with you right now as far as some of your next steps on this journey. But this king is not afraid to speak his truth. He is really figuring out who he is. He's really taking his power back and really balancing out his energies. And he's moving forward as this strong, powerful, truthful king, this honest king. This is all about being honest with ourselves as well as others. This is all about maintaining our authenticity on this journey and really figuring out our steps forward for what our soul mission is. We need to worry about the little things and take baby steps, but many of us are going to be feeling a pull right now from the divine that's kind of steering us in a particular direction of okay, this is what I need to do moving forward on my mission. This is where I see my journey going. This is my higher calling. So this could be, a career change for certain people, kind of going in more of a direction of something that they feel divinely guided to do. This could be in terms of volunteer work or a hobby. This could also be like meeting our soul family, meeting either a soulmate, a twin flame, even a mentor of some sort to help us on our journey right now. That's going to help us really come into our own and figure out who we are for moving forward. And I love this card so much in general, but in this deck, it's just so beautiful. This is the Temperance card, guys. I just love this card so much. It's all about finding balance, finding our inner harmony, really coming into harmonious union as within, so without, guys. Remember, if we are finding this union within, if we are able to balance our energies and stay high vibe and really ascend to the next level, we are going to just be magnets for manifesting all of these dreams and goals, really bringing all of this abundance and prosperity into the physical 3D for us, guys. So again, you can see, this connection to water here, connection to the moon, connection to the ocean, to the tides, and just connection to all these different spirit animals. I mean, look at all of the beautiful imagery in this card, guys. Keep an eye out for rainbows right now, for a lot of the animals featured in this card. This is really a time of going within and really tuning into these higher energies so that way we're able to really level up and move forward as we move into this full moon, solstice, and especially eclipse season, guys. It's going to be a really, really powerful summer. That summer of love we've been talking about, it's here, guys. This is the initial start. So where do you see yourself in 2 months from now? Where do you see yourself when this portal or gateway kind of comes to a close? What are you looking to achieve between now and then? And what are you looking to let go of and kind of rid from your life between now and then as well, guys? This is the moon to be figuring it all out because it's all starting to happen.
I love that. Those are such beautiful cards. I love that deck.
I love that deck too. One of my favorites.
Awesome. So like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of a stage reading to kind of play off Jem's card as we always do and really what she's bringing, and then I want to kind of complement. So the idea of this reading is, and I already pulled the cards, is to tell us where there's a stage in our life that has a block and how we can kind of move past it. So what's blocking our manifesting really? So the first card that I pulled, this is really telling us what stage we're in. And I love these cards so much. And this is a very beautiful card. And this card is just letting us know that there's something that is kind of coming back from the dead, I want to call it. Maybe it's an idea or a project or something that, you had really wanted to do in the past. It's maybe you want to, start your own business, or maybe you wanted to start your own YouTube channel. Whatever it is, there's something that you had kind of thought was gone and wasn't coming around that's coming back for you. And it's a really exciting opportunity because a lot of times we want to do something, we get super excited about it, and then, the timing's not right, or this life situation happens, or it just doesn't come together. So there's something that's coming back into your life right now that you thought was dead that actually still has some life to it, that's speaking to you from the other side, that's calling to you from the other side, that's about to kind of come back into your life. So this is the stage that we're kind of in right now. And this is a stage that really needs some help, because this is the next card. This is our shadow card that connects with it. And this is our fragmentation card. So what this means is when this ended before, it probably didn't end well. You had really good intentions. You were really excited. Maybe you put a lot of effort, time, or money into it, and it kind of fell apart. Whether that's a relationship or a business career or an idea or anything like that, it doesn't matter. There's something that you're working on, excuse me, that died, and it wasn't the best. And because it kind of happened that way, we tend to fragment ourselves. Fragmentation is really when we compartmentalize or we break apart or something damages us. So if this was something very serious, maybe you're in a stage of life that, this is something a little bit more serious and you had really a lot of pain behind it and you were fractioned a little bit. There's fragmentation in your life that's blocking this stage because you've had to compartmentalize different pieces to kind of handle how this ended before. And it didn't have to be traumatic. Maybe this was a business opportunity, like I was saying, that just kind of fizzled out. But you've put up guards now because you're like, well, I already tried that and I'm not sure about that. I put that in the done bucket already. We're being fragmented. So the shadow sides that are really speaking to us right now are saying that there's something that's trying to come back. There's something amazing there, but because you're not whole in how you feel about it, you're being blocked from connecting with it. So really that's important because that's something that we need to clear away to manifest even stronger. The card that's helping us, that's letting us know how to put those pieces back together, it's called devotion, and it's nature spirits. So that really means sitting down, getting quiet, and reintegrating ourselves. Whenever we're fragmented, it just means that we're in two, part of us is one place, part of us another place. We've lost parts of ourselves. There's all this stuff going on. And the way to fix that is to really kind of get back and get reconnected with devotion, whether that's praying to one God or many gods or no gods. It doesn't matter what that is for you guys. But it matters of being quiet, being still, and reintegrating yourself. When you can do that, you can look at this past perspective or this past situation with a new perspective and really see the benefits and take the pieces that will work and kind of reformat how this is going to happen in your life into something great. But we need to get whole. We need to reconnect to ourselves, and we need to kind of repair some of this damage that's blocking us. And we're going to do that with connecting to nature, exactly like Jem said. Get grounded, get connected to nature, feel inspired by nature, and really, have a relationship with the divine. Have that connection. Talk to your intuition. Put all those pieces together so that you can remove this block. So what once was dead will now come back to life. Maybe that's just the idea of being successful in the life. Maybe you said, fine, I'm just never going to be there. I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to be happy. Well, it's time that comes back to life. And we're going to do that through connecting, through being devoted, having lots of gratitude, really reconnecting, manifesting in. And then once this is kind of blocked out of the way, that's when we can have all those beautiful cards. This is what needs to be cleared so you can be strong enough to be the King of Swords and tell people what you want. It's so that you can be strong enough and brave and have that lion energy and be the Temperance and have all the things that you want. We got to clear out this block to make sure that we do that.
Oh, I love that.
Excuse me.
You okay there, friend?
Still live. The headline of this won't be "Girl Dies on Facebook." Don't worry, I'm okay.
Hey, it was just some throat chakra shit going on, that's all.
I'm speaking the truth, man. It affects me sometimes.
For real. I love to see how our cards speak to each other. I think that's a really strong message for right now. I also love to, I'm just noticing in this Temperance card too, I love here that like down here you can see this lion at the bottom of the card here too. And I mean, this kind of wormhole gateway that we're entering right now is going to bring us into Leo season. So I think
Mm.
again, so powerful as far as just, what to really think about. Like, what are your goals between now and August, really? What are we really trying to make happen? And I did decide to just pull a couple quick archangel messages too, just to see what we're being guided to do right now. And the first one that popped right out, guys, was compassion. Compassion right now is so vitally important. I love the Geminis in my life, but sometimes for as warm-hearted as they are and for as loving and as giving as they are, sometimes they can totally cut people to the quick too and
No
be
filter.
harsh with their words. Zero filter, diarrhea of the
Zero.
mouth. Love the truthfulness, but we do also need to be compassionate. So this is Archangel Zadkiel saying, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So just remember, guys, give yourself a break, give other people a break. This is a time to really try to play devil's advocate, which I think is one of the things Gemini does best. I think Gemini is
Mm.
just so great at playing devil's advocate and really seeing both sides of a situation. So I think that we're really being called to do that right now in certain areas where we might generally want to be a little bit harsh, want to be that harsh side of the King of Swords that's a little bit cutting or a little bit blunt or brash with his words. And we want to see the compassion in the situation. We want to kind of look at it from a place of heart and really kind of reconnect to that heart space and just try to know that at the end of the day, love is really what it's all about, guys. Even when it's hard to see it, even when it's hard to feel it, even when we're hurt or we're angry or we're stressed or whatever the case may be, try to have some compassion to whatever situation it is that's really challenging you right now. And I just think it's funny. This card keeps coming up for us, guys, this life review card. And it's just so vitally important at this time, guys. This major shift, these cycles that are going to be closing out. This is the time to continue to review your life. We've been talking about trimming the fat in certain areas. This is Archangel Jeremiah reminding us to take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced, guys. So again, this temperance card, this balance, this inner harmony, this harmonious union within and without. We really need to make sure that if we're trying to really cultivate these dreams and goals, that we're balanced within, that we have that inner harmony, that inner peace. So anything that is disturbing your inner peace right now, you gotta really seriously think long and hard about it. If it's a person, place, thing, situation, behavior, whatever it is, an idea that you have about yourself or a situation or your life, there's certain things that have to go. We can't take all of it with us. We can't have energetic baggage lingering around anymore. So take this time to really think long and hard about what it is that might need to go in order to bring all this brilliance into our lives. And at the end of the day, have the courage to do it, guys. We've got the Lions again. We've got the Leo again. So again, guys, this end of July, early August kind of time, Leo season is going to be very, very powerful as far as
Mm.
being brave, being courageous, really making sure that we're stepping forward fearlessly into the next chapter of our lives. So this is all about we're sort of shapeshifters right now, guys. We've been talking about this kind of having one foot in the old life and one foot leading into the new. This is the part where we really finish closing out those cycles that we've been having a hard time closing out, that have been taking a little bit longer. Really bringing certain things to life that we've been struggling to manifest for a while. This is where the shift is going to be happening. So by Leo season, we're going to be able to really relish in a lot of it, guys. Life is going to look really, really different. Big, irrevocable changes, things that, we cannot go back on, things that are going to shift us forward undoubtedly, indefinitely for the rest of our lives. And it can feel really scary, but we have to be that courageous lion right now, guys. We have to go out on a limb. And this is Archangel Ariel in this card reminding us to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So again, guys, be that truthful king, stand your ground, speak your truth, come from a place of honesty, integrity, and authenticity, and just be ready to receive, guys. Give it, receive it, and everything is going to balance out in your favor.
And that all starts from knowing who you are and what it is that you want. Without those two things, none of those other pieces can fall into place. So the new moon is the time to figure that shit out. Tonight.
Tonight, guys, if you're feeling lost in any areas, figure out what those areas of your life are. What are the little tidbits that are kind of tying you down, holding you back, keeping you living in fear and doubt, keeping you in living in a lack mentality or a poverty mindset. Whatever the case may be for you, these certain areas that you've been struggling with, these challenges that you've been facing, if there's reoccurring issues that you have in your life where you always have issues with your finances, you always have issues with your love life, you always have issues with jobs or relationships, or whatever the case may be, guys, this is a time to get to the core of it and let it go for good. We know it's easier said than done. We know it's always a journey. We know it's always baby steps toward the finish line, but so much is shifting energetically on such powerful levels. If you want to be able to fully level up and fully close out these cycles to move forward, it needs to really be started now so that way you're able to reap the rewards as summer goes on.
Heck yeah, guys. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see that all that's coming because if you're watching this channel and you've been following us and you've been going through the steps with us, which means you're right there with us, which means good things are really coming. And I'm so excited. I cannot friggin' wait for summer. I have so much exciting stuff going on. It's such a wonderful time. And I hope all of you guys are feeling the same. I hope this new moon information really connects to you. Like we keep saying, take some time today, get your goals in order, get your intentions in order. Once you do that, re-listen to this whole thing and listen to it from that new perspective. It's really important to get your kind of poop in a group so that you can move forward on the right path.
Absolutely, guys. Take some time tonight or tomorrow or both and really just spend
Yeah,
some time with these new moon rituals. Really write down on paper and think about what it is that you're working on. Get a clear plan of life moving forward for the next week, the next month, the next 6 months, the next year, guys. Try to get a handle on it and create these tiny, achievable goals so that way you're able to start taking those little baby steps forward on your journey.
absolutely, guys. I think that's all we have for our beautiful new moon party here in Gemini. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it so much. I hope you have a wonderful cycle, wonderful new moon. We can't wait to see you this next new moon to kind of see how this goes. And we'll be guiding you. We do full moon videos, we do all types of stuff. So we'll be guiding you through the whole process. So don't worry.
Totally, guys. And we will have our regular Tuesday night segment tomorrow, Tarot Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where we'll really dive in a little bit deeper into the weekly forecast as far as what we have to look forward to for the rest of the week, guys. So join in with us tomorrow on Facebook Live at 8 o'clock. We would love to see you and chat further.
All right, guys, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Have a great evening.